When I started this business years ago, you have a dream that you're going to see this stuff. You have a dream that you're going to find artifacts. When you watch Little Mermaid and Disney stuff, you picture ships sitting on the bottom of the ocean and you picture sharks and stuff. So that's just not how it is. In our area, we have 47 miles. That's our area that is contracted to us. We've only researched 10 miles and have found 22 shipwrecks so far. So it's like, this is a graveyard for shipwrecks.
We know we have a great responsibility. We have to take care of our cultural heritage that belongs not only to this country, but to the whole world. And to the history that those remains on the water can tell.
This is a very, very valuable coin. That's what the reason I told you. I am very surprised and very happy with that wreck in the Preciosa. This is the oldest wreck, 16th century. And for me, it's one of the best. There is an American expression, never ask what the country doing for you, ask what you can do for your country. I don't receive a big salary here, no. But I'm happy because the government pay me for me doing the thing I like it to do.
And it is a Luis Rodriguez, Mexico City Mint. The lions and the castles are in the right locations, and it is a 4 real. This is obviously the weak spot. So you got something caused all this to cave in right here. And my belief is that back in the day when this cave, when they abandoned it, I think the Spanish stuck about 10 or 12 kegs of gunpowder in here, lit it, and all this came in. That roof that you see how it goes back in that big U up there? That roof you see is what we really originally found when we came here. And if you look right up above you, right smack above us, how black that is, this whole thing caved in on this side. This is where the cave-in was up there. So that's the theory I'm supporting, and if it's here, I'm smart. If it's not, well, I had a good adventure.
We also had the male and the female side of the rudder hinges, which is the pintle and the gudgeon, it's called. But the last couple of days we found a couple more. But these are not these are the female side, which would have been attached to the ship, the hull of the ship, which is pretty exciting for me because the rudder could have drifted anywhere, you know, and we could have found pieces of the rudder anywhere. But these two pieces side by side, being a part of the ship, attached to the ship, is pretty important because I think the ship now is nearby. I was pretty excited. We found two pieces of the rudder, I thought, and the rudders would have been the keel side of the rudder, so I'm thinking maybe we're getting closer to the hull of the ship. And today I just wanted to go in there and start working that area, see if we could start finding maybe a kind of a trail to the hull of the ship. And then today we didn't. I mean, we just started going in that direction and we didn't find anything. And then we had problems with the compressor and we had to give up early. But it is You know, one day you're all excited, you find something, you think you're getting closer, and the next day's, you know, just the ups and downs of treasure hunting.
Diego Columbus, when he came to this island, 1509, Diego Colombo, he was to live inside to this room for 2 years.
Esta es una fecha muy importante en nuestro país porque estamos celebrando la independencia nacional.
They don't know who they are. I mean, that sounds weird coming from America because everything we did, somebody wrote about it. I tell a story all the time. The national doll here is a little female doll with no face. And when you ask them why, they say, because we have no history. We're a country with no history. And the whole purpose of the Subaquatica is to bring all these artifacts up to the ocean and try to piece together the history of the Dominican Republic.
Eso significa la raza porque aún no están definidas. Con cara, sin cara, no está definida la raza dominicana. Para hacer una mezcla.
J'ai plongé pour aller chercher, merde! J'ai pas avancé, moi!
¿Qué le sucedió allí en el agua? What happened?
Que no podía venir a la playa. El agua me llevaba para largo.
Estaba
peleando y nadando la plancha.
All throughout growing up, I never had a regular story. People would ask you, what did you do over summer break? And I'd say, well, we went here, here, and here, and we dove for treasure, and we did this, and they're like, oh, went to the pool and had some ice cream. I never had that growing up, and people would always be like, oh, it's the blooms. Of course they do that. And they would always just say, yeah, that's something Wilf would do.
Pretty darn lucky. We go down to the Dominican Republic, we find 300 and some bones, and of those bones I bring back, what, 14, 15 bones? And of those 15 bones we have 5 different animals and no complete skeletons? Come on, this is pretty astounding. What's in that cave? It is a cave, it has to be a cave. You could not have this any other way. There's just no way on God's green earth that that was not man-made. It's just kind of really exciting.
We got it. Yeah, it's the wow. It's struck. We know what's going on, and now we can turn around and tell the story. And that's just as important to us as finding it. We got to find it, but I want to tell it to everybody else because that's the importance as the story goes on.
We have, what, 3 shipwrecks, really, that we're working on. But the history in this building, you've got, what, 35, 40 shipwrecks that artifacts are from. And each of those are different time periods in different countries. Some are slave ships, some are warships, some are merchant vessels, some are treasure vessels. And each one of those builds its own history and its own aspect of the history of this nation.
And he's the kind of person who is going to drive sort of the rest of us to be sort of the armchair adventurer, that we're going to get to sit there and basically, he's going to ask the questions. And he's going to find the people to give him the answers to the questions, and we're going to sit at home and get to relive and hear the story.
And it's kind of exciting, you know? It's kind of exciting. I've had people say that I'm the biggest twit to the face of creation, and maybe I am, but I'm the only guy in the world that has found bears, sloths, and nutras in the Dominican Republic. There is no other man that you can ever talk to who can stand here and tell you he has found those things. I remember pulling those pieces out of the ground. I remember digging them out. So